You adds value through design and marketing. We work on residential, commercial and hotel projects, and also one-off special projects.
When you said real estate to somebody, immediately this person think about somebody who will try to find the cheapest location and make the cheapest building and sell it the fastest possible, go away and said, okay, now try to leave this building. We are not like that. We work with ethic, with respect, with honesty, with creativity, with humanity, with humor. That it's you.
Our projects range from single one-off buildings through to many hundreds and sometimes thousands of apartments. We feel that good design and branding and marketing can add value at all price points. All our developers are highly experienced, they're very compatible with us, they're very passionate about their work, they love what they do. And all those are the kind of essential things that we find exist within our partners. You is a combination really of design and development. My background is one of development and Philippe's is one of design. So not only are we providing design, but we're providing it with a focus of being on time, on budget, and respecting quality and understanding the commerciality of these projects. We're very lucky because we work with some of the most talented designers in the world. Philippe Starck and I started You 10 years ago. Philippe barely needs an introduction. He is the world's most celebrated, renowned designer. He's a genius. He's done things from motorbikes through to toothbrushes, from hotels to kitchens to bathrooms, many, many products, and he knows the consumer inside out. Jade Jagger recently joined us. Jade's got a hippie chic style. It's been very interesting bringing somebody from the fashion world into interior design and into property development, and she's done some fantastic projects from New York through to Turkey and Marrakesh now.
I'd like to introduce you to a new concept in urban living that's very personal to me. It's based on the design principles and inspirations that have shaped my life, from my travels around the world, from the people that I've met, and from the objects I've collected. The colours, textures and vistas that have influenced me the most. All of these elements and experiences have come together to create an environment that I think is absolutely exciting.
Marcel Wonders, again, is a very talented Dutch designer. He's got a very modern, contemporary style with a sort of a dramatic twist and a little bit of humorous flair to it. And we have the You Design Studio. The You Design Studio is really the core of our business. These are the people that I've been fortunate enough to work with for the last 25 years, and they've got so much experience in design. They've been working with all of these great designers that we work with and now represent the largest proportion of our work.
We are a team, a very good team. This team, we have built it one by one. We choose very well. We don't choose name for name, we choose talent. We choose people who respect other people, people with a real vision.
You has become one of the world's biggest property brands through giving design that little bit of extra attention, through the way we promote and present our projects, through bringing products and ideas from all four corners of the world, really to bring the best into every single one of our projects.
We don't try to please to everybody, we just try to please for what we call the smart tribe. That means the people who can recognize the quality.
All of our projects are interesting, they're aesthetic, they're visual. They've got very well-known designers behind them, and as a consequence, the press love to write about them, and that really allows us to enhance the promotion and the presentation of our projects, to distribute them to the widest audience we can possibly find. You Capital is a separate business. It invests in property development projects, frequently alongside our partners. It aligns our interests. It's intelligent investment because it brings the brand, it brings our design experience, plus an immense wealth of property skills. Fundamentally, our business is about great design. It's about improving the quality of our customers' lives and homes. And any added value will flow from there. When we work with a developer, we're working really side by side because our objective is to achieve the highest velocity of sales, the best product at the best prices.
You change the rules. That's why it's a so huge success. Bonsoir. My name is Philippe Starck, and I have a strange story to tell you. 10 years ago, a guy arrived at my office, English guy, called John Hitchcock. And this guy come and tell me, do you want to make some buildings? And I say no. 6 months later, the same guy arrived and said, do you want to make some buildings? And I said, no, why? Why make other buildings? I said, okay. 6 months later, the same guy arrived and said, I am sure you have something different to say, something different to do with building. And I said, perhaps, finally, perhaps. And we create you. It was just something between friends. It was just a sort of utopia, a sort of dream, a sort of conversation. How can we help our friends to have a better life? How can we avoid our friends to make big mistakes? How can we find an easy system to help people to build their own egg, their own life, their own home? It's the U concept. 10 years later, we have built dozens of beautiful buildings in the world. It's a big success. We are still good friends with John, which is the biggest success. Now we work with very good people. We work with Jet Jagger. We work with Kelly Open. We work with Marcel Wanders and also the famous, fantastic U Studio. Why many people? Because I cannot have myself alone the good project for everybody, because it's before recognizing the difference. There is big, tall, small, red, black, yellow. We are all different, and we have all different dreams. That's why I can try to be the most rich in my brain, imagine, have vision, have a lot of creativity, but it's always better for a woman to have his flat made by a woman. And also, if you see the style of Jet Jagger and Kelly Open, it's not the same thing, it's not the same proposal. If you see Marcel Wanders, it's not mine. We are all in the same family. We are all the same way of thinking, but all together we can offer something more precise for you to help you more deeply. It's a sort of haute couture. Yes, finally, it's a haute couture of architecture, real estate. I don't know what is the name because it's so human, it's so different. And now we have a book. We have a book with something 300 pictures of everything. And this book is interesting because first, it's a beautiful story. 2, it's a success story. 3, it's a family story. And also more than that, that can help you also to understand a lot of things. You can learn a lot of things, and finally, it's the only thing we need. That's why it's not the good book, but it's a very good book.
Kelly and I have been friends for years. It's great, really, that we've formed this partnership, which will bring her wonderful designs to our customers.
I met John several years ago at a dinner of a mutual friend of ours. and we became great friends. And I suppose because we're in the same business, we had a lot in common and talked a lot over the years about working together.
Kelly is really recognised as a designer. She's produced many books. They've been translated into over 20 languages all over the world, sharing her tips and skills on how to build a home. She's also been awarded many design awards. She's been given the MBE from the Queen of England.
I think one of the things which is great about working with you is the fact that you're actually not working for a client as such. Like in my couture business, a client will come to us and ask us to design a house and build it and finish it down to a sort of turnkey. Whereas at you, you're creating a concept, a way of life.
Our design teams met and came up with this concept of 3 styles, 3 palettes: urban, green and sea breezes. Urban is really a fusion of East meets West. It's got clear lines, has a hint of glamour, a slightly eclectic taste with a beautiful style. Sea breeze is about natural textures, mother of pearl, coral, white linens, a sort of warmth, almost Hamptons type feel to it. Green is natural, it's wood, it's crushed linen, it's all those textures that you associate with nature. And our first project we did with Kelly was at the lakes, where our beautiful houses sit half on the water and half off the water, and this style really comes from outside and in and through the houses. You really feel kind of at one.
The interesting thing about working with you and having 3 different concepts is, in a sense, we're designing something for a client we don't know. Kelly Hoppen Design is something that has lasted many, many years because it's a way of life which is easy for people to kind of mould into. And I think one of the things when I'm designing a property that is not particularly for a client that I know, so I'm designing something and it's a show house so that somebody can come in and sort of relate to it. I suppose in a sense I'm designing it for myself. I have very high standards, I know what I want, I know how I like to feel in a home. One of the things that I know for a fact is that I am probably the most difficult client that anyone can work for, and I know that my team would vouch for it.
Kelly's got an elegance, a sort of chic, natural design, very clean, but also very warm. Her customers are often well known, they're often very haute couture, they're precise, they like quality, they like design, they like aesthetics, they like comfort. Kelly's got some fantastic qualities. She's a very, very professional designer, very accomplished, very, very well known in her marketplace. She has a great sense of elegance and dignity and style with all of the work that she does. Fantastic quality control. I think her conjugation and her experience really, really comes through in all of her work. She literally turns your house into a home.